Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a wrap-up of sorts. It's gonna be a wrap-up for the Hey Reader-a-thon, all the books that I read, all the books that I DNF'd. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So the first book that I intended to read for the Hey Reader-a-thon was The Night Circus, which might be right here somewhere, maybe, I don't know. I didn't know a lot about it, other than it was very much outside my comfort zone because it was a historical fiction and a fantasy, which are both two genres that I tend to hate. So that should have been a clue, right? It's about a circus that happens randomly at night, and then there's like no plot. I'm sorry if you really like this book. No disrespect. It's just not my type of thing. Absolutely hated it. I read near 200 pages and then I just DNF'd it. I'm like, I can't do it. So to replace that one for the Hey Reader-a-thon, it was a 3-word title. So I read Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl. And you know what? This is probably my favorite Roald Dahl book I've read so far. I've read like 6 or 7 of them this year. I did not start reading his books until this year. And I'm definitely not the intended audience for these, but they are so cute. And I think that they engage my mind in like a teaching way. Like, it helps me think of creative lessons for my class. And what more could you want from a book? So you follow Mr. Fox, who is trying to provide for his family, but the farmers don't like it because he's eating their chickens. And yeah, so they get really mad at him and they stake out his fox hole where him and his family live, and they try to hunt him down and his entire family. It was so sad. It was so cute, and I just really liked it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is my favorite book by him so far. And yes, that's including Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda. This one's not as known, but I still love it. Hi, Jelly Bean. You want to be on camera? Yeah. Okay, well, now Jelly Bean, oh, no, he's not a book. I can't talk about him. Okay. Then I read Orange on the Cover for the Hey Reader-a-thon. It was also a person on the cover. So I read Mostly Ghostly Little Camp of Horrors by R.L. Stine. It was fine. It was a fun, cute read again. I'm not the intended audience, so I wasn't, you know, it was only okay for me. But I think for a middle grade book, it was cute. It was good. It's about this little boy who goes to a camp called Camp Snake Lake, which that title is terrifying to me. I hate snakes. His brother goes there, and it's like a haunted camp. Yeah. So it was okay. But again, I'm not the intended audience for this, so keep that in mind. Okay, and then I was going to Strange Truth by Maggie Thrash. I had the duology of Strange Truth and Strange Lies. But when I opened it to start reading it for the ReadAthon, my page had been ripped out part of the way, so I didn't have that page. And some people, it might not bother that you only miss like the first paragraph or the first couple paragraphs, but for me, I can't. I just know, maybe if it was like the title page or something, I wouldn't have cared, but it was the actual first page of the text, so it bothered me, so I unhauled that. And then my husband picked my replacement book because that was a 2021 must-read. I'm trying to read all my series, which I don't have very many left, so yay, go me, I'm getting an early start. But it was also hubby pick, so I had to get all my first in the series books and have him pick. He picked The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. It was a sci-fi, which I don't like, so it was already out of my comfort zone. But it's also about like this world where you hear noise, you hear other people's thoughts. I thought it would be like a really cute read, but it was very intense and high action because everyone was like after these 12-year-old kids who had the noise inside them, and then this kid's family basically tells him, hey, you have to go away, you can't be here anymore, you're almost 13, which is adult age anyway. And it was just so much craziness and too far into the sci-fi realm that I just did not enjoy it. I finished it. I did not like it. It's probably going to be on the worst books of the year for me. But it's just not my jam. I know a lot of people love that book and that series, so please don't take this personally. Don't take it like I'm attacking you or your favorite book. I'm truly not. I was not the intended audience for that book either, and it just did not work for me. However, I know it's a beloved book. Then I read The Infinite Sea, which is the second in the Fifth Wave series by Rick Yancey. Oh my gosh. So, I've read The Infinite Sea when I first read The Fifth Wave years ago. And for some reason, I rated it 2 stars. And then I DNF'd the last star, which is the third in the trilogy. And I kept saying that the rest of the series is trash, or the rest of the trilogy is trash. I take that back. And Rick Yancey, if you're watching this, you're probably not, but if you are, I sincerely apologize. I personally love The Fifth Wave and The Infinite Sea more than I liked The Last Star, but they are all 4 and 5 star reads. The Fifth Wave and The Infinite Sea are 5 stars. Stellar, amazing books. Just must reads. And this is coming from someone who doesn't like books about aliens. I don't like anything to do with aliens. This is a dystopian future where aliens take over the world, and that sounds just bleh. But the trilogy was so good. I read the trilogy in like 4 days. Yeah. And that's not like me. So I absolutely recommend that series. This one isn't on here because I had a collection of Sherlock Holmes short stories. I had like 3 of them, and it was a kid's book, bind up for a kid. I read the first one, which was like the red herring, and I didn't love it. that a lot of people really love Sherlock Holmes. I sound like a broken record on this video. But I don't like detective novels. The only time that I can handle detective stuff is Agatha Christie. And her books are either hit or miss with me. They're not always great. I've actually been like trying not to read any more of her stuff because the last couple books that I read I didn't love. But I really don't enjoy detective novels, and I think that was the only thing. I'm very weary about the classics that I read too. I like to read them, and I try to teach myself to read them. No, not really teach. I try to read classics so that I can be more informed and kind of see the classics, you know? Sometimes the words are very hard for me to get into because it's like Old English versus how we talk now, and sometimes I'm just not good with classics. This one didn't have any like Old English problems. I just don't do detective novels, and I'm not big on classics most of the time. Like, classics are hit or miss with me. Most of the time they're missed though, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm still trying to broaden my horizons a little and read more. So that ends my wrap up for the Hey Reader-a-thon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. And I know the readathon's over, but I'll still link Chanel at an Intentional Lives channel. You should go check her out. She has some really good videos. I watch her book videos a lot. I love her TBR cart. I kind of really want to get one now to put like my high priority books on there, or like I have a ton of goals in 2021, so stick around to see those goal videos. But I feel like if I make those goals, like say one is read more series or read all the series, which are on my top shelf, then I can get a TBR cart and put my series on there so that I can actually read them, hopefully. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll catch you in the next video.